Hi, my name's Ashley and I've been sent this massive 55-inch 4K TV by AO to review. Now this is Samsung's UE55KU6000 4K Smart TV, so it's one of the latest ones they've brought out. It's 55-inch or 138 centimetres. The TV itself weighs 17 kilograms, so for this sort of size it is quite light and should be quite easy to mount on the wall. It comes in a matte black finish with a V-shaped stand at the bottom, though if you want to mount it on the wall the stand is detachable. So it's 4K, which is supposed to be 4 times sharper than HD, but obviously to enjoy the 4K quality you do have to have a source that's 4K. Now this is available on some internet streaming sites, and some of the cable or satellite providers are actually broadcasting in 4K now. It features something which Samsung have introduced called HDR, which is High Dynamic Range. Now that basically means there's a much wider colour palette for the TV to use, so it makes the blacks blacker, the whites a much crisper white, and it also makes for a much more natural viewing experience with the wider range of colours available. Now when you're browsing around the TV, Samsung have introduced the Smart Hub, which is an all-in-one place, so you can select which source you want to watch, whether you want to use one of the internet streaming sites, whether you want to browse the internet. It's just a nice little interface that keeps everything in one place. Now we'll look at this further on down the line when we power on the TV. So before we go ahead and power on the TV, let's have a look at the connections that are available on the back of the TV to use. Okay, so on the back of the TV, the first two sockets you see are two USB sockets. The first one gives out 5 volts and 0.5 amps. This is going to be suitable for the likes of a flash drive. The second one down again is a USB slot, but this gives out 1 amp. This is slightly more powerful and is more suited to the likes of external hard drives. The next connection down is the digital audio out, the optical. So this is used for connecting to home theatre systems or even simple surround sound systems. Then we have 3 HDMI sockets. Then we have a LAN socket for connecting to an internet router, though if the internet router isn't nearby it does also have Wi-Fi built in. Then we have the component in. This is an alternative to HD and is used on some games consoles. In this case I've got it connected to a Nintendo Wii. And then finally at the bottom you have the antenna in, which is used for the built-in Freeview. So let's go ahead and power the TV on. And you'll see it comes on in seconds and it will pick up where you last left off. So in my case it was last on the Skybox, so this is where it's carried on. We have the input selection screen, which is actually built into the Smart Hub. So it shows you the inputs from Freeview, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, 3 and so on. You can actually customise these as I've done. So I've labelled it Sky and given it a picture of a set-top box. The next one is a PC, so I've given it a PC. And obviously the component video is my Wii, so I've given it a games console icon. Further down we have the other part of the Sky Hub, which will show your most popular apps. In this case we have Netflix, Amazon Video, YouTube, the App Store itself, and a web browser. So I'll go ahead and show you the web browser first of all. So this lets you have full internet access. So for example, if I pick Facebook, it will load the Facebook app and you can fully browse around the Facebook app, log in using the remote. The only downside to this is you can't move the remote around like a mouse. You've literally got to use the up and down buttons, so it can be quite time consuming. And exactly the same with the keyboard. So if you want to type something in, you've got to use the up and down arrows to get to the email address box, and then you'll get an on-screen keyboard, which again you've got to move around. Now there is a way to get around this, which I'll show you slightly after, and it involves using the mobile phone. So if we go back to the Smart Hub, we'll show you the likes of Netflix. So obviously, as this is a 4K TV, we do want to see some 4K content on it and see what it's like. So if we load Netflix up, It allows you to search, look at categories, search for kids films, etc. It will also have what I describe as the on deck, so things that you've been watching recently will be there for you to play straight away. Not everything is in HD, so as you hover over something it gives you a description at the top and it will show you here whether it's 4K, so Ultra HD, or whether it's just standard HD quality. So in this case we'll go with something called House of Cards. As long as you have a fairly decent internet connection it will buffer in seconds for you. And as you can see, it's crystal clear, crisp quality. You can pick out a lot of detail on the face, the colours are great, and the sound from the TV, from the two speakers, is absolutely fantastic.
Jim Matthews, his right honorable vice president, former governor of Pennsylvania. He did his duty in delivering the Keystone State, bless his heart, and now they're about to put him out.
And once you've finished, you can come out of that, go back and watch something else, or exit altogether, back to the live TV. Now, the App Store itself, this contains apps such as Amazon Video and Netflix, though they are already pre-installed. It's got categories you can search through, so new apps, most popular apps, apps that deal in video. So there is Vivo there, which is good for watching music videos, YouTube. Again, you can browse through these at your leisure and install them as and when. So the next thing I'd like to show you is the mobile app. Now the app itself is available on Android and iOS, and what it allows you to do is connect to the TV. You can use your mobile phone as a remote control, and you can also show photos and videos that are on your phone and cast them straight to the TV, which is very handy if you've got friends around. So I don't think you can see this from here. That is the remote control, so it has basic functions like volume up and down, channel up and down, and it also has a very handy touchpad on there. So as I was saying earlier, if you want to browse the internet, if we go back onto the internet viewer, it's like a trackpad, so you can actually move the mouse around the screen on your phone. You can quickly select what you want. But as you're on your mobile phone, when you type into a text box, you will get the keyboard on the screen up, but you will also get one on the bottom of the mobile phone, which makes it very easy to type in. So you type what you want to search for on your phone, so in this case I'll type in Facebook, and as soon as I hit done, it will search, and then top of the list is Facebook, and with the trackpad it's much easier to select and you're straight onto Facebook. So I'd recommend that if you are using the internet on the TV, that you get the mobile app. It's called Samsung Smart View. And then when you're finished, you can exit out and you're back to live TV. So the last thing I mentioned was the ability to show pictures. So if I tap a picture on my phone, which happens to be a picture of the Martian 4K, it will show it straight away on the TV. And you can do this with videos as well. If you happen to have a Samsung phone, you can go a little bit further. Samsung has an option called Quick Connect. So you can actually search for the TV itself, and you have two options. You can either mirror the screen of the phone onto the TV, so whatever you see on your phone, you see on the TV. So if I go ahead and do that, so you can see that's what is on the screen of my phone, so we can go back to the home menu. Or if you want to, you can go the other way, and you can actually put whatever's on the TV, including the sound, onto the phone. So if we go ahead and if we do that, so this one shows up as TV to mobile device. It takes a few seconds to connect. But then you get whatever's on the TV will actually show up on the phone. So you can walk around, providing you're in Wi-Fi coverage, into the kitchen, upstairs, and carry on what you were watching on the TV on the phone itself. And then when you're finished, you just disconnect. So that concludes the review of this TV. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments box.